Hello, comic fans, and welcome to Massive Nerd and Comic Book Informer's Comic of the Week for April 6th, 2011. First of all, I'm proud to announce the return of my comic podcast with my good friend Roger, now called Comic Book Informer, and you can find us at comicbookinformer.com. We'll be recording our first episode back this Wednesday, so look for the download later this week. Before I get started on the Comic of the Week, a quick word about this. What the hell? Brightest Day had a reasonably solid 22 issues, but it's almost as if Jeff Johns realized he only had 2 issues to finish the story and started cramming things into place with last week's issue 23. We have the missing heroes turn into the freaking Planeteers, and the return of a character nobody has been interested in 2 decades. I am not happy about the way this series is ending. But enough of that. It's time for the Comic of the Week, Fear Itself #1 by Matt Fraction and Stuart Immonen. For those who didn't read last month's Prelude issue, Sin, the new Red Skull, is making use of one of her father's plans from World War II. While the original Red Skull was not deemed worthy enough to wield his prize, his daughter has been chosen for the task. Thor is no longer the only one with a mighty hammer, and more are on the way. Meanwhile, Iron Man and the rest of the Avengers are in Broxton, Oklahoma, to rebuild Asgard after it was destroyed in Norman Osborn's siege. Stark sees it as a great way to rally people behind the Asgardians, while giving hope to a country desperately in need of it. When Odin disagrees, Thor stands up to him, but not for long. Fans of Thor will be glad to see the Allfather handing out a beatdown, while those who don't like the character will find some joy in watching the God of Thunder being on the receiving end of it. This is definitely a solid first issue for a big event, but what really makes this a good read is the way Fraction handles the fear aspect. He calls upon some very real fears in modern society, and uses it to show how normal people have more important things to worry about than building Thor a new castle. Whether it's something big like a riot breaking out despite Steve Rogers intervening, or something simple like the residents of a once quiet town having to start locking their doors at night, Fraction does great work layering this story with tension. And the art. Oh my god, the art. I was sad to see Immonen leave New Avengers, but it was obviously for bigger and better things. Very few artists make their characters look more heroic than Immonen, and he once again knocks it out of the park here. Also, major props to the rest of the art team, Wade Von Grawbadger and Laura Martin, because this issue looks absolutely fantastic. If the next 6 issues are as good as this, Fear Itself will be amazing, and I can't wait to see Immonen truly unleashed on some epic battles. And that's all for this week's Comic of the Week. For more, check out my site, massivenerd.net, or once again the new website at comicbookinformer.com, and I'll be back next week.